Guys, I want to talk a bit about Wolfenstein Youngblood and more importantly, I think, the Wolfenstein brand and what's gone wrong with it. I'm not so much going to talk about my review, which was very tongue-in-cheek, but delivered a message all the same. In fact, I am going to talk about that a bit as well, because I think it all comes under the same kind of umbrella. The bottom line is, we as gamers, whether you're on a console or a PC or whatever, we should be very, very worried, because Wolfenstein is a big brand. It doesn't get bigger than Wolfenstein. This is the game that invented the first-person shooter with Wolfenstein 3D. Then we had Return to Castle Wolfenstein. These were great games that encapsulated fantastic multiplayer and brilliant immersive storytelling. Then it kind of went a bit shit, but the last one, Wolfenstein 2, was a lot better than the previous couple. So it was kind of getting back to some decent gameplay. But this one that's come out now, Youngblood, is all wrong. Just absolute trash. And you know, co-op, when I heard the two names, Wolfenstein co-op, you just get excited. You just do. I mean, imagine playing Return to Castle Wolfenstein in co-op. I mean, I think you could on the consoles, but on the PC you could never do that. And that would be a dream, a remake of that in co-op. Some people think that because you don't like Wolfenstein Youngblood, that makes you a bigot or a sexist. I mean, these people are uneducated oafs. I mean, they really are, because there was a time when pretty much everybody had a dose of common sense. Now we literally have millions of people that have none. And these are usually the people coming out of university. Scary stuff. So let's first of all look at what went wrong with Wolfenstein. Somebody made a comment which I pinned on my review, which I was actually thinking myself, because there was so much I wanted to say in my review, but that was one of the things that I was actually going to say about a missed opportunity story-wise. If you think about it, they're bringing in BJ's two daughters and you're going to play co-op with them. That's fine. Hey, I don't think anybody really has a problem with that. I mean, as long as the story backs it all up and it's done in the right way, I don't think anybody cares whether they're playing a male or a female. I think it just has to be right in the right setting. In fact, if I go back to Battlefield 5, for example, when you played as a female doing that mission in Norway with the water, that was a real mission that happened in World War II, and they just discredited every single guy that did that mission by replacing them all with women. And that is how you do it badly. That was just politics for the sake of politics. It was bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Now, having BJ's daughters play co-op, that is not bullshit. That doesn't have to be political. That could be great. I mean, that could be great if it was handled the right way. What would it be like to be the daughter of such a huge hero as BJ, the guy who actually killed Hitler? This guy who has saved so many lives, killed so many Nazis, done so many missions, an absolute hero. They're growing up in the shadow of him. Do you for one fleeting second, think that they would have ended up like these two fucking awful, cringeworthy twats? Of course they wouldn't. They would be nothing like this. And that was a huge mistake. How could they have been so bad in actually writing their personalities? How could you be so far off the mark? It's unbelievable what they did to BJ's daughters. Unbelievable. I mean, if you think of Atreus, who was Kratos' son in God of War 3. I've never played God of War 1 or 2, but I played 3. And I enjoyed the story of that. I kind of enjoyed the way that he was bringing his son up, teaching him right from wrong, because this was a hero, you know? And we need heroes in our lives. Of course we do. Proper ones. And this was a wasted opportunity. I mean, there is literally nothing wrong with having females in games. I mean, when I think back to look at Senua from Hellblade, fantastic character, brilliant. I mean, if you even look at the early Tomb Raider characters, I'm not talking about the way Lara Croft is now. She's just a shadow of her former self. She's not even the same person now. I mean, Lara Croft used to be a really strong woman, but she also had the gentle side as well. But she was a very, very strong and powerful woman. Now she's just well, I don't even want to say it. If you've ever played Detroit Become Human, it's coming out on the PC. That has a story there's a female character, and there's a few female characters in that, and they are done so well in that as well. That's another great one. Look at Resident Evil, that did it well as well. Look at Clementine from The Walking Dead, absolutely brilliant characters. Alex Vance from Half-Life. I mean, Half-Life, if you look at how Half-Life portrayed Alex Vance, brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. I mean, in fact, I think she even got her own little add-on, I can't remember, but she was done really, really well as well. I mean, even in movies, look at Ripley. Fantastic. They don't have to be these awful characters. I mean, this game does absolutely nothing to empower women. It actually does the opposite. If you want to empower women, this is totally not the way to do it. If I was a woman, I'd be fucking insulted by it. I really would. Because I don't know any women like this, and to be quite frank with you, I wouldn't fucking want to know any women like this. I really wouldn't. I'd get as far away from women like this as I possibly could, because they are just fucking awful. But guys, the big word missing from these kind of games now is immersion. That's what's missing. It's missing in the movie industry, it's missing in the gaming industry. Now it's just like anything goes, whatever, who cares? No games now take themselves seriously. I mean, do you think for 1 second when they were writing this script for this game that they even cared whether you were immersed in it? They just, I mean, look at them dancing in the elevator. Look at all this, simulating a fucking blowjob in the elevator. I mean, why? Why would you even put that in a game? It's clear to me that the writers and developers of this game, or whoever was behind it all, doesn't give a fuck. I'll just put it in, who cares? That'll be funny, man. And it's the same in movies. You go and watch all the Marvel movies now, and it's hard to find a good one among them. It's the same with Star Wars, absolutely ruined the franchise. All the lore, everything that was so brilliantly made up by the original writers has all just been ripped to shreds by the new movies. They don't care. They don't care how long it took Luke Skywalker to get to a Jedi. They don't care. That. Oh, we can't be bothered with that. That's proper writing. Here, put a few fucking one-lining stupid jokes in. Let's make Thor fat. Let's have him a fortnight drunken fat man. Yeah, that'll be fun. The fact that he's the god of fucking thunder. He plays Fortnite now, and they'll love it. They'll love it. These fucking people now that go to the movies that are coming out of university college, they don't care. They've got no common sense. They'll just sit there going. It's the way the world is, guys, now, unfortunately. And it's very sad. It's very sad what's become of movies. I mean, Captain Marvel, I think she had the best story arc. And that's saying something. That's saying something. But, I know I get a lot of shit for enjoying Captain Marvel. I mean, we watched it again just 2 weeks ago with my son on DVD. And yeah, there was at least, I would say, 5 parts that I would totally cut out of that movie that were just political and bullshit. But the story, I thought, was great. The CGI was pretty shit, but I don't like CGI in movies anyway. It always gets overdone now. But when I compare, I mean, it wasn't a great movie compared to, The Shawshank Redemption and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. But comparing it to Marvel movies, it's in the top 5 Marvel movies. It really is, because let's be honest, it doesn't have that much competition, does it? But video games, movies, they are so close together, and to be honest with you, hardly anything good is coming from either at the minute. We have awful AAA games and awful movies, and I have no doubt about it that the new Terminator movie is going to be a big pile of shit. Everything that just seems to come out now is a big pile of shit. Do you know something? There's one movie that I'm actually excited for, and that's Top Gun 2, because it doesn't look as though Tom Cruise is reading from the same Hollywood script as every fucker else. I think he's kind of give them the middle finger and says, no, it's okay to be masculine in a fucking movie, and if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. And I hope that's what he's done, but the trailer looks very much like that. And so hats off to him if that's the way that is. I'll judge that myself when I go and see it. I might even review it on this channel. But anyway, back to the video games, and especially Wolfenstein. Yeah, they got the story all wrong. Yeah, they got the characters absolutely, totally wrong. But they also got the gameplay wrong as well. We don't want to have to keep switching weapons every 2 minutes, and not every 2 minutes, every 10 seconds in a big firefight. Do you know, I've been playing Far Cry New Dawn today, doing the expedition co-op missions, and had great fun doing it. It's a similar game in the sense that it has levels of enemy, like, you know, some are harder than others. But it is so fluid, so fast, so much damn fun. You don't have to worry about whether your ammo that you've got in is the right ammo for the bloody job. You don't have icons above the heads of the enemy saying, oh, you have to have square ammo to shoot me. You know, I mean, what the hell? What the hell? It's just sad how far from the mark the Wolfenstein Youngblood is from an actual good first-person shooter. And so I just wanted to kind of say in this video that if this is the direction that games are going to constantly keep going, then my message to you developers is you're going to lose a shit ton of money. You're going to lose millions, because I see a bit of a turn in the gaming industry, and I think gamers are just sick of it now. They're sick of it being pushed down their fucking throats. It's not what we want. We want good immersion, we want good stories, and we want, above all, good gunplay if it's a first-person shooter or even a third-person shooter. And Wolfenstein has none of them things. My goodness, how could you be so far from the fucking mark?